Being a mom raising a child with ADHD can feel like the loneliest job on earth, like you're walking through a crowded room and somehow no one can actually see you. In this video, I'm going to share with you why no one in your life seems to get it. The night I sat on my bathroom floor and realized I had no one to call, and the 4 simple lessons that finally pulled me out of feeling invisible in my own life. So if you've ever cried in your car after school drop-off, just so no one could hear you, please stay with me. This one is for you. Let me take you back to a moment I'll never forget. It was about a year after my son was diagnosed with ADHD. I was at a backyard birthday party for one of his classmates. The other moms were standing in their little cluster by the patio, laughing about soccer schedules, bedtime routines, the teacher everyone loves. And I was standing about 10 feet away, holding a paper plate, pretending to be very interested in the snack table. Because every time I tried to step into that group, the conversation would shift. Someone would glance over my shoulder at my son, who was running too fast, talking too loud, climbing the wrong thing, and I'd see it, that look, that tiny pause, that subtle distancing, and I knew exactly what they were thinking. Some version of, that kid is a lot, and so is his mom. That night, after my son was finally asleep and the house was quiet, I sat down on my bathroom floor and cried so hard I couldn't breathe. Not because of the party, not even because of the stairs, but because I suddenly realized I had no one to call, no one who would actually understand if I tried to explain it. My family loved me, my friends meant well, but every time I tried to talk about what raising my son was really like, the meltdowns, the second guessing, the constant fight to get him understood by the world, I'd get the well-meaning but soul-crushing responses. All kids do that. Maybe he just needs more discipline. Have you tried cutting out sugar? Honestly, I think he's just spoiled. Every one of those sentences felt like a tiny door slamming in my face. And I'm a single mom, so when those doors closed, there was no one in the next room to turn to. There was just me. Me and a 9-year-old whose brain works beautifully but differently. Me and an 11-year-old daughter who sometimes felt overshadowed. Me and the dishes. Me and the silence. If you've ever opened your mouth to share what you're really going through and watched someone's face go blank, or worse, judgmental, please know I see you. And if you're nodding along right now, do me a favor and tap that subscribe button. This channel is built for you. This is what the doctors won't tell you. The day your child gets diagnosed with ADHD, you are dropped into a world that almost no one in your circle has ever stepped foot in. Your sister doesn't know what an IEP is. Your best friend doesn't understand emotional dysregulation. Your own mom thinks you just need to be firmer. And it isn't because they don't love you. It's because they cannot see what you see. They are not living what you are living. The mental load you are carrying is invisible to them, and trying to make it visible to people who don't have the framework to understand. It is exhausting. It's like translating a language they've never had to learn. So stop translating, save that energy for the people who already speak it. The fact that the people around you don't get it is not a reflection of you being too much. It's a reflection of them not having walked your road. There is a huge difference. I want you to know that the shame you feel is not yours to carry. For a long time, I carried this heavy, sticky shame. Shame that my son had meltdowns in public. Shame that my house was chaotic. Shame that my daughter sometimes felt overlooked. Shame that I had lost my temper again. And one day it hit me. None of that shame originated from inside me. It was handed to me. Handed to me by the dad at the soccer field who shook his head. By the family member who said, "You're letting him get away with too much." By the teacher who made me feel like I was failing for asking too many questions. The shame is not a reflection of who you are as a mom. It is a reflection of how little the world still understands ADHD, and you are allowed to set it down. You don't have to keep carrying something just because someone else placed it in your arms. If this is resonating with you, please give the video a like. Honestly, that one tap helps another mom find this video tonight when she might be sitting on her own bathroom floor. Once I realized the shame I felt was not mine to carry, I realized that the relief I had been searching for was never going to come from the people who couldn't see me. It was going to come from the moms who already lived inside this same world, the moms who didn't need a translator, the moms who would read my late night message and respond with "me too" instead of "have you tried cutting out sugar?" If you're a mom watching this right now who feels like nobody in your world truly understands you and the constant exhaustion that you feel, I need you to hear this. You are not too sensitive. You are not overreacting. You are not the problem. You are a mom doing one of the hardest jobs in a world that has not yet learned how to see it. And you deserve a space where you don't have to perform, explain, or shrink yourself just to be welcomed. That is exactly why I created the Exhale and Reset Room for ADHD moms, a community built for moms raising children with ADHD who are tired of surviving the hard days alone, a place to breathe, reset, and finally feel seen. Inside that room, you can say the things you have only ever whispered to yourself in the dark, without fear, without judgment, without anyone telling you that you're being dramatic. You can say, "I love my son, but today was so hard, I hid in the closet for 10 minutes," and no one will gasp. No one will side eye you. Someone will quietly type back, "Me too. Yesterday it was the bathroom." You can say, "I haven't slept a full night in 3 weeks." And instead of someone telling you to sleep when the baby sleeps when your child is 9 years old, another mom will say, "I see you. Last week I cried in the laundry room at 3 a.m. You can say, "I yelled today and now I feel like the worst mom alive." And instead of advice, you'll get truth. You'll get a mom who tells you, you are not the worst mom. You are a tired mom. There is a massive difference, and tomorrow is a new day. You can talk about the IEP meeting that gutted you, the family member who said something you can't unhear, the doctor's appointment you cried in your car after, the day your child said, "Mom, why am I like this?" and you didn't know what to say. That is what the Exhale and Reset Room is. No stigma, no translating, no filter, just moms who already speak this language fluently, holding space for each other on the days that feel impossible. The link is right below this video. If you have been searching for your people, please come join us. There is a chair already waiting for you. You don't need 100 friends who get it. You need one. One mom who texts you back at 9 p.m. without judgment. One mom who says, "I had the exact same kind of day." One mom who reminds you you're not failing on the day the school calls again. If you can find one, start there. And if you haven't found her yet, let me be that voice in your ear until you do. That's exactly why this channel exists. So if no one in your life gets it right now, if you feel invisible at school pickup, judged at family dinners, or completely alone on your hardest nights, please hear me say this. You are not alone. You are not too much, and you are absolutely not failing. You are a mom raising a child the world hasn't yet learned how to understand, and you are doing it with more love, patience, and quiet strength than most people will ever know. So give yourself grace today. You are not just raising a child with ADHD. You are raising self-awareness, resilience, and trust, one imperfect, compassionate day at a time. And remember, I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just a mom sharing the personal, lived perspective of raising a child with ADHD in the hope that something I've walked through makes your road a little less lonely than mine was. I'll see you in the next one.